Hi everyone, today we are going to discuss about applications of advanced control methods in spacecrafts. Here we are going to aim at examining the current status of advanced control methods in spacecrafts from an engineer's perspective. Instead of reviewing all the fancy theoretical results in advanced control for aerospace vehicles, the focus is on the advanced control methods. The aim is to provide the engineers with all possible control laws that are readily available rather than those that are tested only in the laboratory at the moment. It turns out that despite the blooming developments of modern and control theories, most of them have various limitations, which stop them from being practically applied to spacecrafts. There are limited number of spacecrafts that are controlled by advanced control methods, among which H2 or H infinite robust control in the most popular method to deal with flexible structures. Adaptive control is commonly used, and it deals with aircraft's model or parameter uncertainty. And we are using linear quadratic regulator LQR. It is the most frequently used method in case of optimal control. It is hoped that this aerospace engineers who hold an open mind about advanced control methods, as well as uh, uh, we will have knowledge about aircraft controls by using basic control system methods. In aerospace, the reliability probably has the highest priority over many other criteria. System engineers usually are risk adverse, and they adapt methods which have already been verified practically. Despite the blooming development of modern control theories, it is indisputable that the classical proportional integral derivative control still plays a dominant role in aerospace engineering. We know that we have three main type of controllers: proportional, integral, and proportional differential, and also we have PID, proportional, integral, and derivative. Since 1957, nearly 7,800 spacecrafts have been launched, among which more than 99% using PID as the baseline controller. Indeed, the already launched satellites or spacecrafts have testified that PID control can meet most of the fundamental mission requirements. Upon the baseline PID controller, various techniques such as structure bending filters and gain scheduling have been designed to compensate for the lack of robustness and adaptability for the baseline controller. The control systems therefore become so complex that they lack flexibility and portability. On the other hand, with increasing the requirements of space exploration, the spacecrafts not only tend to exhibit different features such as high flexibility, high frequency oscillations, or unknown dynamics, but also it face ultimate high level performance requirements. Thus, trend challenges the baseline PID controller and pushes engineers to advanced control methods. According to aerospace researchers, 41% of the launch vehicle failures could be avoided by some advanced guidance and control, where the control system would react quickly to failures and adjust its control parameters autonomously for different scenarios instead of being turned from the ground. On the other hand, the members of control community are quite enthusiastic about developing novel and fancy control methods, most of which are motivated by the requirements on better robustness, a more powerful adaptability, and higher level system performance. There are millions of peer-reviewed reports and simultaneous demonstrating wide satisfactory outputs of those advanced control methods. In chemical engineering, apart from PID, a model predictive control MPC has been a universal and successfully applied method for a few product lines. In aerospace engineering, there are robust control that originated in 1970s and adaptive control that showed its potential as earlier in the 1960s. However, in 21st century, more than 99% launched spacecrafts are still using PID. And we have some reasons for using PID. The first one is a lack of control oriented method. And the second one is okay The second one is lack of perspective from engineers, and the third one is expense of computation, and also we have some difficulties for spacecraft attitude control. Here we have a flexible structure, it is a main issue, and we have unknown parameters, and also we have changing parameters and high level requirements, and also we have some main issues like spacecraft structure and the maintenance of spacecraft. So to avoid this, we are using advanced control methods like linear quadratic regulator, that is LQR, and second one is inverse optimal control, and the third one is pseudo spectral optimal control. Next one is model reference adaptive control. Here we are using an reference model for control system. Okay, next one is characteristic model based golden section adaptive control. It is based on adaptive control method, and also we have H infinite and H2 control, and also we have synthesized control methods, and also we have to face orbital spacecraft with a flexible structure, so we are using adaptive control methods for that. Okay, and for this, here we are using some examples like space bus 4000 telecommunication satellites, and thus we are using advanced adaptive control and advanced control system methods for to producing high gain and high efficiency at the output side. Okay, and also we have so many parameters for to avoid unknown parameters and have to maintain the structure of the satellite. Here we have okay here we have parameters, and it deals with the advanced control systems. Here we have first one is flexibility, uncertainties, changing parameters. To avoid those, the ultimate goal in aerospace control engineering is highly automatic system with a great intelligence that can deal with all kinds of uncertainties, disturbance, failures, and mission changes on its own. Building a comprehensive database that contains the general models of the representative spacecraft and their candidate advanced controllers is the foundation of this goal. Future artificial intelligence will learn from this database, reason from this knowledge base, and finally, we have to evolve the stage to provide humans with the highly intelligent aerospace control system. Thank you.